It's time for bookkeeping, beer, and BS.
So had somebody who reached out to me with questions about opening up a second Christmas lights location, because we're doing the same thing, or at least trying to capitalize on another location that we've got. It was interesting, like anytime you're going through like whatever situation, like, and trying to explain why you're doing it, and then you're like, oh, I don't really know why I'm doing what I'm doing. But so our situation, we've got another market, and this is completely pivoting from what we've been doing, but whatever.
It's a good time to pivot. It's a good time.
Yeah. Well, Joe, and I probably should reach out to you because you've bought out a couple of other companies, and that's kind of where I think we have to get to. But we have a market. It's about an hour away. There's not much population between us and that hour away drive. So that's kind of what makes us want to have a second location there. But we did $100,000 there. And so without marketing, without advertising in that market. And so for us, it's just something where we can cut down drive time, cut down a bunch of stuff, and like hammer that market and could quickly grow that to $250,000 in Christmas lights like this year if we have the people there.
Yep.
The situation for this other guy was like, hey, I've got somebody who wants to open up this other location, and I guess they essentially wanted to use his brand, but they don't want to do sales. They don't have the capital to like, provide all the materials. They just want to be like a super tech that's like running their location. And it's like that kind of gets it. And I'm going to change it to the financial person now, but like,
I like that person.
Yeah. What is that person? And that's where like the guy was asking me, he's like, so what do I pay this guy? And I'm like, well, what's he bringing to the table? Guys, I've lost Dan. He became a cardboard cutout.
Like, look at that.
Man, that's amazing.
So blurry. Oh, and then all of a sudden it found me again.
I think when you're done, you need to like wipe off the camera. It's probably.
No, I actually just wiped it off this morning or yesterday.
Yeah, it's like kids and taking showers. So if you're this guy who has the established business, and granted, so you'll be going into his third light season. DC area. So there's just a stupid amount of money. You don't have to go far to do a lot of money. The money's there. There's a good bit of competition. But so like what, from the financial side, what would you be either expecting from this other guy who wants to open up this other location, or like what would you need to see to?
I saw that one fly in front of the camera. Did you get his ass?
I got it. I got it.
A big one.
Yeah. So run us through your perspective, Dan. What would you do?
For a location that's an hour away like that?
Yeah. Or like if for you, I guess if you had one in downtown MSP and another one it's a traffic situation is really what it is. Like we're probably talking 20 miles away, maybe 15 miles away.
We kind of have that today. We've debated if we want one on the east side of town, just because right now our location's on the west side of town, and getting to and from the east side of town kind of sucks. I think a couple of the thought processes that I'd look at is just, how much time are you spending in travel time, gas, all that stuff to get over there. And what, like, you probably already have customers there. Like you said, you have 100,000 of customers there. So how many more customers do you need to support a tech? And is that tech, do you have a satellite location down there? Are they leaving from the main office, but then like just going home right after, or going to the main office once or twice a week and then living down there? So I think there's some like trade-offs to think about. Having a little satellite location down there, even if you don't store a lot of stuff, gives you some marketing mojo. And I don't know that I would do it right out of the gates. if it's within an hour, I would just service it locally, charge a little trip charge to get down there and get a book of business, and then do the satellite location, kind of a dedicated crew or two down there doing their thing from that location, and maybe have them come up to the main location once every week or once every 2 weeks to do a team meeting type of thing. But yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea. There's a tipping point for sure, and it's just mathematical where the juice makes it worth the squeeze. But I wouldn't just go, I'm going an hour away, I'm going to start marketing and hire somebody. Like, I would try to service it ahead of time, even with the drive, to test it a little bit. If you're going much farther than an hour away, then I'd say now it starts to make sense to open a new location. I would only open like a new location if I was buying another business, or if I had the most rock star type of employee, and I would probably make them a partner in it. Just because I've had plenty of other locations with businesses where we had managers. They were good people and they'd been with us for years, but a manager isn't an owner.
Yeah.
And when it's a separate location, you need somebody that thinks and walks and talks like an owner, and a manager is not that. Hey, what's up, business nerd? Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you learned a heck of a lot watching that episode. Do me a favor, subscribe right down here. And if you really like what you saw, you got more goods right here. Check out this one, or check out this one, and do this. Go subscribe. Appreciate you. Work smarter, work harder, go earn yourself some pride. Catch you on the next one.